Hey, good evening. It's Thursday, November 2nd, and welcome back to Everyday Talks 24/7. This is our second video of the day. We did the one this morning so you could listen to Kirk's response to his viewing of the personal legalism. And I so much appreciate his comments. And if you haven't looked at it, just click on this morning's video. So appreciate his thoughts. Tonight, we're going to look at another branch, another type of personal legalism, and it has to do with our anger and us being obsessed with justice. When I get so consumed with justice, when anger is controlling me and all I can think about is how to get justice, how to make things happen, how do I put this other person in their place, when I'm dominated by that, when I'm controlled by that, I am engaging in personal legalism. And it's destructive. It's destructive to me. It's destructive to the people that I'm talking to. When you are dominated by anger and you respond according to what you think is right, by your own set of rules, by your own standards, what you're doing is assuming the place of God. God has a way for us to deal with people that are doing the wrong thing. Not saying they're not. But God has a way for us to deal with them rather than doing what we think is right. That's just another form of personal legalism where I put my rules, my thoughts, my sense of justice, and I ignore God. Let me give you some examples of what this personal legalism looks like. She makes me so angry, I just can't stand it. Whew. Ever felt that way? Well, Paul says in Ephesians 4:31, get rid of all bitterness, rage, and anger. Those things won't help. But it feels like I have to do, but no. Paul says get rid of those things. As we go through this, we'll see he has a better plan. Don't be dominated by your plan. Trust his plan. Don't be dominated by those things. Get rid of all bitterness, rage, and anger, because they won't help. How about this? He just keeps doing the same thing over and over and over again. I've had enough. Well, in 1 Corinthians 13, verse 5, we read, love does not keep a record of wrongs. Doesn't mean we ignore the wrongs. Just means I don't keep a continual record of it, so it's playing like a credit roll over and over again in my head. God has something more positive for you than that. But the personal legalism drive, I can't believe you did it over again and again and again. That doesn't help anybody to keep thinking that way. How about this one? I'm not going to let you talk to me that way. Ever. I'm done with it. And we get angry. But in Proverbs we read, a soft, gentle answer turns away wrath. That's in Proverbs 15:1 and 2. A soft answer, gentle answer, turns away wrath. But a harsh response, you can't talk to me that way. You know what that does? That stirs up the anger, both in you and in the other person. And nothing really good comes from it at all. Except our desire for obsession, our obsession for justice continues, and our personal legalism continues to reap bitter fruit. It's time I stood up for myself and put him in his place. That's that crying for justice, and it dominates us. But in James chapter 1, verse 20, we read, your anger, man's anger, my anger, will not produce the righteous life that God desires. So that thought we have of putting them in their place, not only doesn't accomplish that, it puts us in the wrong place. And even if I succeed in dominating them for the moment, I haven't done anything to really make a difference, to bring a change. Or this last example. I'm going to let her know how wrong she is. She needs to hear it. I'm going to let her know how wrong she is. But you see, that's the way the world responds. But Paul has told us in 2 Corinthians 10, we don't fight the way the world does. We fight. Don't misunderstand me. We are aggressive. We're supposed to fight, but not with the world's weapons, but with the weapons of the Spirit, with the things we've been talking about. You see, this doesn't mean that we're passive. Doesn't mean that we're a doormat. Doesn't mean we're inviting people to roll over the top of us and take advantage of us. No, that's not what's going on. Paul tells us in Ephesians that we have available to us the power that raised Jesus from the dead is available to us. And what does that power do? That means that I could be kind and compassionate, forgiving each other, just as Christ, in Christ, God forgave me. That's power. Is our goal just to be angry? Or is our goal to really bring about change? Personal legalism says, be angry, inflict pain. Get yourself some measure of justice. But you know and I know that we never get justice that way. All we do is get more bitterness. I'm not talking about being passive. Maybe this means that you need to lovingly confront someone. Maybe this means you need to call the authorities, whether church or civil, and put a stop to something that's wrong if it's that bad. Maybe it means you need to take 2 or 3 others along with you in this loving confrontation if you can't get through. But one thing's for sure, your anger, your rage, your being out of control are not the weapons that God has given you to fight and to overcome evil. They're the weapons of the enemy. They're the weapons that our personal legalism calls us to invoke. They're the weapons that only bring about more damage, more pain, more hurt. And then that makes us more angry, and we have a more craving for justice and more obsessed with it, and the cycle just continues. And we say things that we know we shouldn't say. What does James say in James chapter 3? Our tongue is out of control, and we create relational forest fires with our words that sadly we can never get back. See, if you have things that you've said that you wish you had them back, that's giving in to your personal legalism. It's giving in to your obsession for justice. Your anger and my anger is just that. There's no power there except to destroy. But using God's weapons, the power is there to heal, to end this chain that personal legalism and our obsession for justice helps create. Where God is honored, where the people we love are helped, and you and I can finally be at peace. Give that some thought. Again, I so value your thoughts, your feedback, and so eager to hear what you're thinking, because this is so important for us. Give it some thought, and Lord willing, we'll see you tomorrow. You have a great evening. Hope you enjoyed the sunset. Good night. Thank you for watching. May God richly bless you as you seek to live for His glory.